Good morning, everyone. Today, I woke up, it was cold. We're in September, we're heading into fall, so we're going to start making a lot of fall dishes. Got this off there. This weekend happens to be International Grandparents. Actually, tomorrow's International Grandparents, and we're going to start today in honoring my grandmother, Elizabeth. Grandma Elizabeth taught me how to bake from the time I was 8 years old. She was really a very Victorian lady. And we're going to do something in honor of grandparents in the next 2 days. Tomorrow we're going to make something else in honor of my grandparents used to make in honor of International Grandparents Day. 2/3 cup of butter will equal 11 tablespoons of unsalted butter. It has to be very, very soft. I'm going to add in a cup of sugar. What I want to do now is I'm going to cream this together. Grandma had a thing about butter also, but sometimes you have to use oil. It depends on what you make. Most of the time you use butter. You can see how Grandma used to dress. She was Victorian. There's no doubt about it. She was a very Victorian woman, but a fantastic baker and also cook. She really taught me a lot. Without her help, I would never. Add 1 egg in at a time if you need 3 eggs. And in those days when she used to I know she made corn muffins, we did not have electric meters. It was only we had to use like a hand beater. It was not easy, believe me. This is going to be the weekend of International Grandparents Day. Tomorrow's actually the day of International Grandparents Day, but we're starting today to honor Grandma. Grandma Elizabeth was born in Hungary and met her husband there, Lou, and, you know, they came over to our country, and, you know, they've been, I don't know what year they came from Hungary, but I tell you something, some of the food she made was fantastic. Her strudels was something else. Oh. All right, now the next thing is the milk. I want to add in 1 2/3 cup of whole milk. Grandma's milk used to come in a bottle, and I don't know, it was so good. Oh, I'm adding in 1 2/3 cup of milk. Oh my gosh, what come out of wake up? Oh, 2/3 cup. That means you add in 1/3. Let me make sure this is clean because Grandma will yell at me today. If something is not clean, my hair's not done, I get an earful from Grandma. When, you know, many years ago. She died in 1988. It was really sad. I need another 2/3 cup of milk. 1, 2. Okay, we got it. When she came to Thanksgiving, Grandma prepared for weeks and weeks. Okay, to mix it together. Now the next thing is we're going to go to the dry. It's going to be the flour, the cornmeal, and the baking powder. I'm adding in 2 1/3 cups of flour, all-purpose flour. Make sure the milk is out of it because you don't want to take a chance and get milk into my flour. 2. Remove my water. Okay, and 1/3 cup of flour. Got to get the milk out of this one also because it's the same thing, you know. Here we go. All right, now we got the flour. Now the next thing I have to do is move the flour so I don't want to accidentally put it back in. The next thing I want to get is my teaspoons of baking powder. It calls for a lot of baking powder, folks. It really does. Grab my spoon. I'm going to do the baking powder. I'm adding in 4 1 teaspoons of baking powder. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we got to grab that 1/2 teaspoon. You got to have it right or it will not come out. I can tell you that, folks. Here we go. Now the next thing is I want to add in my cornmeal. This is what's going to turn it into corn muffins. Indian head cornmeal. It's been with us for a long time. I just bought this yesterday. Okay. When I go food shop, I'm going to get a couple bags of this because I'm going to be making stuff with cornmeal as we're heading into fall. Here we go, cornmeal. Now we're going to mix it together with a whisk. Then we're going to put it into the wet, and then we're going to bake this, all right? It's white cornmeal. It could be yellow, it could be white, it doesn't matter. Make sure it's fluffy. Cornmeal comes in different colors. It could be white, it could be yellow. It doesn't really matter. It's still going to be, it's going to taste the same. It's going to be really good. Grandma used to use different colors cornmeal. Sometimes it would be yellow, sometimes it would be white, you know. Now, what I want to do now is grab my spatula and mix everything together. We want to make sure everything is mixed together in here. Flour, butter, everything. You should do a lot of arm movement. Sure, there's nothing on the bottom. All right, I'm going to grab my ice cream scooper. Got it? Over here. Time of the year, it's very hard to find things. You know, ever since we got hit with the coronavirus, it's been very hard to find things. Now we're going to put them up, and it's kind of loose, not to worry about it. Okay. Pop these in the oven and cook this for about 20 minutes. Folks, we had extra batter, and we decided to make cornbread. White cornbread with white cornmeal. There's a bit of a difference. I remember Grandma used to, this time they would use white cornmeal, but then we got closer to the holidays, it would only make yellow cornmeal. We just couldn't find it or whatever. So I'm going to add a little butter in here. They're delicious, and this is one of the things that my grandmother used to make early fall, not Thanksgiving. As we get near Thanksgiving, then I guarantee it will have, it'll turn around. Let me see how the cornbread looks inside. This is cornbread, folks. Look how beautiful that came out. We had extra batter. Grandma never wasted any food. And you could use the same thing for cornbread as you can for corn muffins. And we use white cornmeal today, delicious. In honor of my grandparents, for Grandparents International Day, which is tomorrow, but we're going to start working on different things for grandparents this weekend. Deborah's Home Country Kitchen. Have a great day. Please subscribe to my wonderful YouTube channel.